Over the couple of hours, there has been several meetings, and one main meeting has been the NASA leadership at the Intercontinental Hotel. According to the National Super Alliance, Raila Odinga won both the popular vote and the county votes in the August 8th general election. Results that NASA claims are authentic and unadulterated show Raila leading with more than 190,000 votes. NASA, however, declined to explain how they obtained the results from the server, instead asking the IEBC to produce a contradiction. According to NASA, Raila garnered 8.1 million votes, translating to 50.24%, while Uhuru Kenyatta garnered 7.9 million votes, translating to 48.92%.
What we have here, ladies and gentlemen, this is it. This is it. This is what the IEBC has denied the people of Kenya ever since the elections were held on the 8th of August 2017. This is it. This is the document that contains the results of the elections in 2017, in which more than 80% of Kenyans participated. The results contained in this document are authentic, unpolluted, unadulterated, and we are going to make a copy available to every member of the press that is here, and those who would talk to us later on. We are going to avail this, because in this document you will find all the details of the elections, beginning from polling stations, and in respect of polling stations is giving the details of the polling stations, the code number of the polling station, where there are several polling stations in a center, the name of the center is given, and the code for the center. There are details about the wards with the code numbers of the wards. There are details of the constituencies with the code number, the name, and the details of the counties. And more importantly, there are details of the KIMS which were allocated to every constituency. The numbers of each KIMS is contained in this document. At the end of the elections, since the Constitution requires that the elections must be accurate and accountable. The word accountable is important in the sense that as the result of the elections, even 3 years later, somebody should be able to access the records to determine how these elections were held, and in respect of all the results in all the polling stations. From this document, you will understand why the IEBC is... Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, from this document, you will understand why the IEBC are to withhold results from 10,000 polling stations.
But as NASA fraternity, we will not wait longer. We are going to tell Kenyans and the world the truth in those servers. To demonstrate briefly to you some of the logs we got. This is the log file. A log file basically in a system is a file that captures all the transactions that happen, be it at the database level or at the application level. So if you try to delete something, or you try to edit or manipulate data, the log file will pick it. And you can see that emails, for example, Chebukati's email has been used, someone called Nganga and others. I would like to demonstrate to you how some of the forms were deleted from the server. So if you search through the log file and search for the word delete, you realize that a number of files, like there, a file for Rangwe constituency was deleted. Another one, please. You can see a file was deleted for Rongo constituency. Go on, please. Again, you can see some people had access, anonymous access to the system, not logged in. Nyakach constituency was deleted. And as we go on, we will be showing you the variances in the data. The deletion was done so that they can vary the data. Gishugu constituency, go on please. Seme constituency, Gilgil. So this, from the IT perspective, deletion of a file, those who are in the IT industry know that that is an audit, a serious audit issue. Files are never deleted that easy. If you want to make a change to a document, that change must be done within the confines of the system, not to go to the database and delete the files physically. So you can see clearly, go back to the diagram, please. This is where things happen. And Kenyans can remember in a letter from Chebukati to Chiloba, the CEO of IEBC, he pointed out that his email was used to access the system, and he did not give authority. Vivid analysis. What are the final results? From our vivid analysis, the final results are as displayed here. And as we said, these results are uncompromised, unfettered, and authentic. Raila Odinga got 8,104,744, representing a percentage of 50.24%. And Honorable Uhuru got 7,908,215, representing 48.92%. So clearly, we did not even need a rerun, because our constitution is very clear. To become a president, you need to win with 50% plus 1. Isn't 50.24% meeting that threshold? The answer is yes. The other candidates' percentage was coming to 0.74%. So clearly, we are here to tell the world that the real winner of the election was Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, but unfortunately, IEBC, in their own wisdom, declared the loser to be the winner.
Up to now, but since then, through the court process and subsequently in our engagement, we have confronted IEBC with this information. And you know what? IEBC is very ready to give you this kind of information in relation to the elections that were held on the 26th of October. If you ask them, they will give it to you. That election between Uhuru and Kenyatta, they will give you the information. But the one on the 8th of August up to now, they are not going to give it to you because they know what is there. As to the court process, if you look at Article 140 of the Constitution, the contestation in court was the validity of the election of the president-elect. That is the jurisdiction of the court. Was Uhuru Kenyatta validly elected? And the answer was that, he was not validly elected. But that law has since been changed. The courts have jurisdiction where they find that the numbers show a clear winner. Then you need not go to a by-election.
That was earlier James Orengo and part of the technical team, Mr. Osotsi, giving what they believe is a true version of what happened in the 2017 election and saying that they will be making this public, the election report 2017. One of the main homes from that particular address. But Ken Mijungu was there for the full meeting, and perhaps there was more that came out from that meeting.
Right, Mark, there's a lot that came out of it, but basically it was the explanation that justifies the kind of results that they were giving. From the beginning to the end of that presentation was basically to justify the numbers that they're saying now allows them to swear in Raila Odinga and Kalonzo Musyoka as the people's president and the deputy respectively. However, Mark, there's one question that went unanswered throughout the Q&A session. That was the question of how did they obtain the results from the IEBC server. They have adamantly refused to give away that name, instead referring us to the IEBC, asking us to ask the IEBC to present contra information that shows otherwise, and they're saying the information they gave to the media today, Mark, is authentic, unadulterated, and the basis of which Raila Odinga should be sworn in as the president. The other question that I asked and went unanswered, Mark, was what is the game plan with these results that they're giving? Political parties generally in this country are not allowed to answer their own questions, in that they cannot declare their own results because then it's anarchy. But with these results, they're saying that the IBC has adamantly refused to open the server. Remember, this was a direct requirement during the Raila Odinga one. That's the first petition. They are still in contempt of court. They have refused to release the content of the server. So James Orengo, NASA and the team are asking the media to put this question to the IBC to release contrary information, to give us the figures inside the server if it doesn't reflect what they're showing us. So, Mark, the other question that we expected them to answer is what then happens from now onwards. The swearing in they maintained yesterday that is still on course. In fact, tomorrow they'll be in Homa Bay. After that, they'll begin a week-long festivities waiting for the swearing in on Tuesday. So basically, that's the game plan. But today, what they've told us is to release the results that they say the IBC has denied the people of Kenya from knowing, without referring to the October 26th election between Uhuru Kenyatta and the rest of the candidates, that it's undisputed Uhuru Kenyatta won, but they failed and refused to answer. They refuse to make reference to that election, which they say has no basis in law. Mark?
Thank you very much, Ken Mijungu. James Orengo did say that they will be handing over the report to the media to interrogate. And as you've mentioned, there are no answers as to how they obtained the numbers, but they stand by this as a justification for what will be taking place on Tuesday. That is January the 30th. That is the oathing of the NASA leaders.